I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Logan Nelson. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm doing great.
It's a great pleasure to connect with you, Logan. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Springfield, Illinois, my friend.
Ooh, ouchie, it's cold. It's cold, isn't it?
You got to have
Oh, well, hey, please do tell me, Logan, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this point in time?
You know, I've been a huge fan of podcasts, and I think my talent becomes in just always being that person who's got that itch of curiosity that needs to scratch it. And so therefore I created a podcast called Scratch Your Own Itch. And so that's the talent that I have, is just being endlessly curious in the mental health industry. And I'm all about helping people with negative thinking and having less suicidal thoughts. And so that's really what I'm out to do. I'm in the business of saving lives, and I'm curious as to how exactly I can do that in the most efficient way and most connective way. And so I think that is my talent, is just to connect with people that feel they're unconnectable.
So can I put something in there, like just a branding opportunity that just popped in my mind? You said efficient and you said connected. Is it connected, you said? Efficient and connected. Yeah, delicate. So you could do like the CDE, right, of what you're doing. So which is connected, delicate, and efficient. Yeah, just popped across as you were speaking.
Yeah, CDE, my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you've been doing this. I've listened to the podcast. It's really delicate, and that's the reason why I put that in there. The conversation you're having and how you teach, right? How you allow others to learn. Who did you learn this skill from?
I got lucky. I emailed Jeremy Ryan Slate, who runs a podcast called Create Your Own Life podcast. Yeah. And he interviews entrepreneurs and other people like artists and athletes and a bunch. They come from all different walks of life. And one thing he said out in an interview that he just wants people to connect with him. And so I sent him an email and I asked him if there's any way possible I could help him with this podcast. I'd love to help him in trade for maybe teaching me how to learn how to podcast myself. And he actually had a slot open. He just lost his current intern that was doing the editing for his podcast. And he said, I'll teach you how to do it. And so that's what I've been doing for him. And in trade for him teaching me how to kind of podcast, and I'm still learning the ropes. And I'm always trying to learn because I'm never an expert. I'm always a scientist and an experimenter. But he did teach me how to do it. And so I'm launched, and I'm happy to connect with people that have a short story to share about depression, ADHD, addiction, OCD, obsessive compulsive thinking, about feeling bad about themselves, any of that stuff, because I think it really creates someone who can ultimately come out on the other side just better, brighter, and ready to roll and rock on, with life.
That's amazing. As a podcaster, one of the things when I started my conversations is I was looking for confirmation of what I was doing and if it aligned with my own uniqueness, right?
Sure.
So let me give you this one. So today I'm looking through Facebook while I'm waiting for my son, and I see a message that Jeremy Slate put up on the Facebook, right? And I messaged him, I inboxed him and said, hey, keep your head up. And he called, right? So he called me and we had a conversation because we met in Florida in February. Right, and he was actually on the podcast as well. And I'm just connecting the dots to let you know I do believe you're in a right place because, hey, there's nothing in coincidence that occurred that I spoke with him today And now I'm speaking with you.
Wow, that's crazy, my friend. That is nuts. That is so cool. That is so cool.
It is amazing. So you're doing what you're doing and you're putting yourself out there, Logan. Tell me, why will you continue to repeat the skills that you're operating in?
Because it's something that I've wanted to do for so long, and I only held myself back. And so I'm finally doing it, and it's gonna keep me alive.
Yeah.
My friend.
Love it.
To be honest.
Love it. So where's the best place for us to connect with the podcast, Logan?
You can check out Scratch Your Own Itch podcast.
Wonderful. .com or .net, or is it .com?
Actually, I actually have a domain under LoganTylerNelson.com if you want to check that out.
All right then. All right. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Last 3 years is I have my best thoughts while I'm working out, and I've been consistently doing that since I was like 16, so it's a little bit more than 3 years. Yeah. But while I've been an avid fan of working out, I've always taken note of what was going on around me and making sure that what I was filling my ears with wasn't just noise, but it was actually creating me a great investment. And that was learning from the best of the best, like Lewis Howe and Jeremy Ryan Slate. And hey, if I knew you had a podcast, I probably would have been learning from you as well, my friend.
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't have been able to teach you how to get those guns that Jeremy has that he calls biceps.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right?
So tell me, so you are at the gym right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely hear from the background songs. Love it, love it, love it. So how does it make you feel?
Oh man, it just fills me up. I'm not really always working out. I usually am doing my work on the treadmill, just walking, because I feel like that's a life hack right there. Like when we sit down and we're just standing at a standstill, or we're just not moving at all and we're not in locomotive, we can learn that we get tired, right? We can feel it. We can feel our engine just kind of stop. And, there's that old quote, what stays in motion continues in motion. And so I think that if you stay in motion, your body's like a regenerative gear, and it gets energy from movement. It's that old adage of you don't get motivation from watching motivational videos. You get motivation from taking action, from staying in motion. And that is, I think, the biggest life hack that anybody could take from any of this stuff is do your work on the treadmill if you can. Laptop work, phone work, returning emails, all that stuff can be done on a treadmill. Just walking, burning some calories if you want to, but otherwise it's not about the calories you burn, it's about the work and the meaning that you put out into the world.
Love it. Well, amazing audience. We are live with Logan Nelson. Do check him out. He is the podcast host of Scratch Your Own Itch, right? Logan, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Logan, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory is I was crawling into the kitchen of my house on Della Street, and I looked up and I saw my family, and they were all working together to make some food for us that dinner night. And it was great. It was awesome. I just...
How old do you think you were?
I think I was like maybe 3 years old.
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear?
I think it's clear because it paints a picture of it's all about the people that you choose to actually see in your life. Because, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was about to say intriguing. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Absolutely.
I love the idea that you're in motion.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that, as that 3-year-old, you're crawling into the kitchen, right? You're in motion. And it's just fascinating that you've connected so much to the value of motion and to continuously be moving to the thing you desire.
Yeah. Wow. So so huge. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song at 12 years old. Can't believe I'm about to admit this, my friend. But I really liked Blue. I don't know if you remember it.
It's a big song.
Yeah. Blue, ba-da-dee-da. I'm not going to go there, but you know.
Is it the Blue Now? This is a story. How did Blue go?
Oh, you really want me to sing it, don't you?
Yeah, how did it go again?
It was, I'm blue, blah-da-dee-da-dee-da, blah-da-dee-da-da-boo,
yeah, I remember the video.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing the video. It's one of the most graphical video back in the day, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good song.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. Are you ready? We're going to be moving pretty quickly here.
Okay, I'm ready.
Logan, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
That's a great question, and the answer is no, not yet.
All right. Are you married?
I'm not. No, I'm single, straight male.
Do you have
26 years old. Uh-oh. I was trying to get myself out there. I do not have any children.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
I do. Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
No.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Easily over 8.
All right, Logan, after 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with this workbook, the name of it being called Yours. It stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. The idea is you answer questions, and through self-reflection, you connect with your mission, which I like to call your own unique real statement. If you had to share with us, Logan, your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Logan Nelson, what would you say that is?
That is to save 10 million people from suffering and suicidal thoughts.
Love it. 10 million. I love it. Go for it. Logan, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Please check out Scratch Your Own Itch podcast. I just started it recently, so be easy on me. But I will say that if you have anybody that is dealing with depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, thinking, binge eating, from even just having those negative thoughts that make them feel alone, and you need a place to connect, please go there, check it out. I'm all about just making people feel less alone, because I feel like that is the antidote towards recovery. You don't need a PhD. You don't need to go to the psychiatrist right away. Sometimes all you need is just someone to talk to and someone to listen to you. And not even exchange answers all the time, but just simply listen.
Logan Nelson, great pleasure, my friend. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you, Angel Jones. You're the man. Keep it up.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.